So this is what I think. The way to figure out the job creation, one of the best ways is to helping small business to sell their local products across the board. And we have to prepare now, because next 30 years is going to be painful.
It's going to be painful.
Very painful.
Because of the changes that are going to
change
take
of
place.
The technology, change of the
You're going to have a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands too.
Well, you know, the other thing people will be interested.
Now they might want to spend it on Alibaba watching movies and buying things, but
well, believe it or not, I think next 30 years people only work 4 hours a day and maybe 4 days a week. My grandfather worked 16 hours a day in the farmland to digging. He thinks he's very busy. We work 8 hours, 5 days a week. We think we are very busy. By the next 30 years, people only work 4 hours.
Industry is toying with a new idea. Now, with so many workers clamoring for higher pay, many executives in the fast food market are looking toward robots as their next new hires. The burger-making robot will cost millions of dollars to develop, but if they can build one that lasts, corporate investors say it could end up being much cheaper than raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. A company called Momentum Machines has already made a robot that can put out one burger every 10 seconds, and it literally does everything, from slicing the tomatoes and pickles to grinding the meat and toasting the bun. The company says their new machine is more sanitary, more consistent, and more productive than a human workforce. Early tests put out more than 360 burgers every hour. They're also working on a new machine that could take it a step further. This new robot would allow customers to custom order their meat. The machine can custom grind the meat.
started a new private trial for customers in the Cambridge area of England, and on December 7th, we completed our first delivery. Customers will choose from a selection of thousands of items tucked away in a prime air fulfillment center located just over the horizon from their homes. We have been operating fulfillment centers for quite a while now, but this one is unlike all the rest. These modest-looking buildings contain innovative prime air technology. Here's how it works. Moments after receiving the order, an electrically powered Amazon drone makes its way down an automated track and then rises into the sky with the customer's package on board. These drones are autonomous. From takeoff to landing and return, they operate.
If I didn't know that I was going to be fine if Facebook didn't work out, then I wouldn't be standing up here today. And if we're honest, we all know how much luck we've had to get to this point in our lives. Every generation expands its definition of equality. Previous generations fought for the vote and civil rights. They had the New Deal and Great Society. And now it's time for our generation to define a new social contract. We should have a society that measures progress not just by economic metrics like GDP, but by how many of us have a role we find meaningful. We should explore ideas like universal basic income to make sure that everyone has a cushion to try new ideas. We all know how much luck we've had to get to this point in our lives. Every generation expands its definition of equality. Previous generations fought for the vote and civil rights. They had the New Deal and Great Society. And now it's time for our generation to define a new social contract. We should have a society that measures progress not just by economic metrics like GDP, but by how many of us have a role we find meaningful. We should explore ideas like universal basic income to make sure that everyone has a cushion to try new ideas.
Är vi framme i Helsingborg.
Simply because we can, and also because our corporate customers was asking for it, and we want to contribute to make their digital experience better, and also their travel experience. So this will most likely make their train journey more convenient.
When you text and talk, and in your purse or pocket, your cell phone is repeatedly sending its serial number to nearby cell phone towers. The info gives police your trail without your knowledge.
This entire phenomenon is shrouded in secrecy.
An investigation by USA Today, Gannett TV stations, and newspapers reveals the feds and at least 25 local police agencies use a method called tower dumps. Sometimes, without a warrant, cops looking for a criminal get phone companies to dump thousands of records from towers near crime scenes.
The vast majority of people whose information is being collected are innocent of any crime. They will never be told that their information was requested, and they'll never be told that their information ended up in a government database.
When Jessica Ridgway vanished in Colorado, police got thousands of cell phone records through tower dumps. The killer, ironically, used a cell phone to give up.
I murdered Jessica Ridgway.
Residents in Peñitas woke up to quite a shock when pretty much overnight a 20-foot pole appeared beside a busy street. That pole towers above Tom Gill Road and Marble Street. The metal pole is about 20 feet tall, is less than 3 feet from the two-way street. Now the pole's on private land, technically on city right-of-way. City officials, however, say they have no idea who put it there.
We're trying to figure out who put it up and what the purpose is. We're just doing it for the safety of the citizens because it's so close to the roadway.
Officials have reached out to AEP and TxDOT. None are claiming the pole. Some believe this pole is a type of cell tower. Nothing has been confirmed as of news time. Whomever placed that pole didn't obtain the permits needed, and the city says they will be required to move it further from the street.